Did the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention admit that parents vaccinated for COVID-19 are killing their unvaccinated children? No, that's not true. There is no publicly available evidence the mRNA COVID vaccines cause vaccinated persons to cast off excess spike proteins that could infect others. The mRNA vaccines teach the body to make the distinctive spike proteins, which the immune system then attacks, preparing itself to ward off COVID if the patient is exposed. The mRNA can only enter the body through a dose given by injection. It can't be passed between people. The shots are not infectious. The claim appeared in a video and short article, published on the Red Voice Media website on December 20, 2021, titled, CDC Admits Vaxxed Parents Killing Unvaxxed Kids. The danger is real. It opens, quote, Karen Kingston is here with us again. She says there is new evidence that vaccinated parents are increasing the mortality risk for their unvaccinated children. There's also evidence, she says, of an absurdly high false positive rate for COVID on the PCR tests that virtually everyone is using to check for COVID-19. End quote. This is what the article looked like on Red Voice Media on December 21, 2021. Source: Red Voice Media. Screenshot taken on Tuesday Dec 21 15 hours 43 minutes and 13 seconds 2021 UTC. The video in the article features an interview with Karen Kingston on The Stu Peters Show. Her LinkedIn profile describes her as a pharmaceutical and medical device business analyst. It also says she was involved in sales or marketing for several pharmaceutical companies, including Pfizer, from 1996 to 2017. There's no indication she has any scientific training. COVID vaccine doesn't give unvaccinated the virus at 5:30 in the video. Kingston tells Peters that vaccinated parents are a threat to their unvaccinated children. She said, quote, if they're under the age of 14 and their parents are vaccinated, they're more likely to end up in the hospital. As more and more Americans get vaccinated, adults and children, the hospitalizations for children go up. End quote. Lead Stories previously debunked claims of COVID vaccines threatening unvaccinated people through someone who's already received one. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, people who get a COVID shot cannot shed or release vaccine components. This is what the CDC website says. Quote, myth. COVID-19 vaccines authorized for use in the United States shed or release their components. Fact. Vaccine shedding is the release or discharge of any of the vaccine components in or outside of the body and can only occur when a vaccine contains a live weakened version of the virus. None of the vaccines authorized for use in the U.S. contain a live virus. mRNA and viral vector vaccines are the two types of currently authorized COVID-19 vaccines available. End quote. That point was echoed in a statement, emailed to Lead Stories on November 9, 2021. By a Pfizer spokesperson. It read, quote, the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is a synthetic mRNA vaccine and does not contain any virus particles. Because there is no virus produced in the body, no shedding occurs. End quote. In a May 2021 email to Lead Stories, Pfizer's spokesperson wrote that the vaccine cannot be inhaled and can only enter the human body through an administered dose. 97% isn't good. But there's more at 7:35 in the video. Kingston talks about a study that says a CDC COVID PCR test has an extremely high false positive rate. Quote, on December 15, the CDC released a peer-reviewed publication, and they said 97% of the tests are false positives. End quote. The claim is true but lacks important context. The study published December 15, 2021, is very specific. It's not about all PCR testing, just the initial lot of the CDC 2019 novel coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, real-time RT-PCR diagnostic panel for SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, detection during the early days of the pandemic in February 2020. The PCR test is considered the gold standard for diagnosing COVID-19, according to the Cleveland Clinic, but the first run of the test had its share of quality control issues. The study concludes, quote, we discuss these findings in the context of improvements to quality control, quality assurance, and assay validation practices that have since been improved at the CDC. End quote.